Alright, we're on Route 18. It's going to be a late one. This is my home route. But I figured, we have Fox Chase. We're going down to Cedarbrook. And I was in no rush to do this, to tell you the truth, y'all, because like I said, it's my home route. I've been on this a billion times. So this will be my billionth first time on the 18. But I'm going to try to make this as fun for myself and others as possible. So I guess you could call this the mid-northeast. I can't say it's the upper northeast, Fox Chase. Okay, we're going down Oxford. Soon going to be passing Cotman Ave. So Cotman Ave would be like the mid to lower northeast. I don't know which streets the 18 stops at. It's a little loop. Other than Oxford Ave. Alright, passing Rockwell Ave. So I'm guessing we're going southbound on Oxford Ave. This route's going to be pretty long too. It's going to be a detour as well, which is going to make the route even longer. I would prefer to not do the route while it's on a detour, but I kind of just want to get the 18 over with and move on to routes that I didn't document already or didn't already record. It's been a pretty cloudy day. So I might as well start it late, because if it's already looking like this, like at 3 o'clock, Cotman Ave. Okay, now we're going to merge into Rising Sun Ave. So now I'm going to be going southbound on Rising Sun. Rising Sun and Oxford. Lane merge. So I'm guessing this is where Rising Sun Ave starts. Alright, passing some businesses. We got a Max's steak and hoagie spot. I prefer the broad and every one. I think the food is good up here too, don't get me wrong, but I've never gotten a cheesesteak up here. because I live closer to North Philly, so I usually I would go to Broad and Erie, where the intersection of Cotman and Rising Sun, and Borough Home, where that bad gang shootout happened a few years back. And I noticed the mayor got on that shit quick. Okay, so we ain't having no crime up here, not in this area, not in this nice area. I don't blame her. Borough Home is not exactly the hood. Actually, most of the Northeast is pretty expensive and not really the hood. Other than the lowest of the Northeast, like the bottom part, which is Frankfurt. Passing St. Vincent. Friendship ad. Okay, I'm guessing we're going into like the Lawndale area. Lawncrest, Lawndale. Basically the same thing. Actually, I think we're still in Borough Home. Like Lawncrest and Lawndale's at the lower Northeast. This is Tyson Ave we're passing. Like this is like the lower Northeast, but this is where the Northeast gets better. Like once you go from like Oxford Circle up, it gets better. Frankfurt is like the hood of it. I don't know. Oxford Circle could be a little bit crime heavy too. Passing North Street, North. So Rising Sun Ave is a northeast street. It's a northeast avenue for the most part, but it goes down to North Philly as well. It stops at Broad Street, close to like Broad and Allegheny. Right, passing Unruh. Passing Martinsville Road. So I'm very familiar with these streets. These are like Oxford Circle, Mayfair and Streets, Dickey Avenue. About to pass 11, so we're going to keep going down. We're going to take Rising Sun Ave down to Alany, that's how we say it here in Philly. But I'm starting to get a bad habit of saying it the correct way, to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think Alny just sells better than Alany. Like, I don't know. past 11th. I'm pretty sure we're going to hit Adams Avenue soon. The 18 seems to go fast when it's coming down this way. But when it's going up Rising Sun, it feels like it's taking forever to get there. I don't know, that's just me. There's some robins. Alright, we're coming up on Devil Oaks. Now, I'm very familiar with Cotman and Rising Sun coming up this area. So I can hit like the Boulevard, the Roosevelt Mall. But I just don't really rely on the 18 to get there because I feel like it just takes a long time. My pops, who used to live in the upper Northeast while I was living in East Germantown, he would pick us up every weekend, me and my sisters. My sister, I got two sisters, but only one of them we had the same dad. Me and my sister, we went to the 18 all the way up to Cotman and Rising Sun, and it just feels like an extremely long ride. It felt like it was too long then, and it still feels too long now. So I'm guessing my patience has not gotten any better. I kind of just go to Broad and Alton, and then I'll go to Front Rock and catch the 70. Even though it would make more sense to kind of just stay on the 18, right? And then catch the 70 to get to the Roosevelt Mall. But as somebody who likes to get out, I kind of like to switch it up a little bit. I like the idea of getting on more than one like bus or train. All right, just past Conley. What's this? Cheltenham Avenue. Yeah, I think this is Cheltenham Avenue coming up. The east side of Cheltenham Avenue. Cheltenham Avenue cuts off and starts back up. It's one of those kind of streets. And the northeast part of Cheltenham Avenue is not a borderline cutoff to Philly, to the city of Philadelphia. So on the northwest side, yeah, if you go any further up to Cheltenham Avenue, you've left the city. Speaking of Cheltenham Avenue, we would have passed by Cheltenham Avenue on the northwest side, again, at the end of this route. So basically, we're going from northeast to northwest, basically. We're passing Godfrey. Lawndale's pretty okay. There's some little bit of crime here and there. It could be a little bit iffy up here on Lawncrest. Well, I come up here quite a bit. So this little shopping area we about to pass. There's a Foreman Mills I go to up here and whatnot. We're passing the Planet Fitness. So we coming up on Adams Avenue right now. Yeah, this is like one of my favorite places to go. like even the lower Northeast, some parts of it looks nice. Like this area, like it still has a certain charm to it that other parts of the city don't quite have. You see that little Wendy's? I go to that joint sometimes. Hong Kong market, like I'm very familiar with this spot. So we're passing Adams. We're continuing to go southbound. Now this is the part to where we're leaving the Northeast. Like this is the very bottom. Like Frankfurt, Lorencrest. This is like barely the Northeast. Like you're just outside of like Far Rock, Albany, which is where we're heading right now. Just outside of the Albany neighborhood, just outside of going into the Northeast. All right, so we about to make a right on Albany. I swear, man, I almost didn't do this route today. I said, you know what, I'm going to wait. I don't feel like doing it. I'm tired. I kind of slept late. I'm so familiar with this route. It won't feel like I'm showing anything new. But whatever. It ain't that bad. I'd rather do it now than wait. All right. So now we're gonna go westbound on Albany. We're gonna work ourselves crossing Broad Street. Alright, so Albany is one of those neighborhoods to where it's clean. It's not very trashy, but it can be pretty dangerous. So Albany, Logan, Fern Rock, pretty much all the same thing. We got ourselves a school, or maybe just a park, a playground. Yeah, like Albany looks pretty neat, but it can be pretty rough. Not the worst part of the city. Uptown is not. Uptown's bad, but I think the heart of North Philly is worse. But that's not to discredit the crime rate up here either. So we about to pass Frontin out here. I'm very familiar with Frontin out here. Which my mother does not like it up here. I grew up on here as a kid. So I guess maybe it's just one of those areas that my mother knew about. Yeah, it is kind of scary looking up here, to tell you the truth. I had to think about what she was saying. At first, I'm like, Front Nolly? What's so scary about Front Nolly? We used to go there a lot. Like, it just looks scary up there. I don't know. Oh, and this is also the spot right here. Masher, Palethorpe, we're passing Masher. So I'm guessing Palethorpe is the next block. Aldney and Palethorpe, this is where, what's that rapper name? YBC Duel, he got shot. So it's around like this area. So I do kind of think about that a little bit. If y'all don't know about drill, then y'all don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Like YBC Duel. But yeah, man, I be checking out that drill shit. I be watching that. We just passed Second now. Like, I don't know, like, all of them. I know, like, YBC Duel. I know some of the West, well, he is West Philly. I guess he was up here to take care of some business or something. And somebody that was completely unrelated killed him. I guess for clout. Like, we're passing third. So we're about to hit fifth and Nolly in a minute. We got the 26 bus in front of us, which also goes up and down all the Ave. So now it was a gang member from Fast Break, a 17-year-old kid that killed him. Basically, so I like it had to have been for clout. So I don't know. Like Fast Break and YBC has no connection whatsoever. But anyhow, all right, it was fifth and Nolly. This is where I be getting my braids done and shit. But yeah, like this area is definitely can be iffy, pretty dangerous. Fifth and Nolly, a nice little spot I'll be going to get my hair done and stuff like that. But I know I've seen and heard some things. It definitely could be dangerous up here, like Fifth and Aldi, Fifth and Table Room. We're coming up on 10th Street now, so we about to hit Broad Nolly in a minute or so. And I'm certainly familiar with Broad Nolly. Which can be pretty drug heavy. The cops up here are friendly though. You know, it's not the best area, but it's worse. Like Temple, that's worse than this shit. Like Temple, going to Cecil B, we ain't even gonna talk about that. I've already talked about it a little bit on the 3 bus route. About how Temple is becoming one of the most dangerous parts of Philly. Alright, so here goes the Aldi Transportation Center. So it's about to get crowded. Possible. I don't know. But hey, I don't mind if it does. As long as you guys are getting the feel of the city. So yeah, it's still fairly light out, y'all, but this gonna be dark by the time I'm finished, trust me. More than likely. Because we still got a ways to go. So we got the Aldi Transit Center, as you can see. Nice little bus lot, train station. The sub. There was the entrance. Have a little peek down Broad Street for a second. Don't know if y'all saw the downtown buildings from 6-7 miles away, but if you did, you did. So we're passing Girls High. I sometimes wonder if they snuck a few boys inside the school. So we got 2 schools up this way. We're out in the avenue, actually. We got Girls High, which takes up quite a bit of space here. And then across the street, crossing Ogons Avenue, we got Central High. And then we got LaSalle University right after this. Alright, so we got Old Guys Ave. Let's take a look at Central High School. Alright, that's Central High. And right next to it, LaSalle University. We're on the west side of the region. So Aldi Avenue is going to cut off. It's going to stop. And we're going to go down Chew. Oh, no, we're not going to go down Chew because it's a detour. I forgot. So we just passed 20th. That was my issue of wanting to do this route as well. Like, I wanted to show the route going the actual correct way. When there's a detour with the 18, you never know what the 18 is going to do. And the reason why we're getting a detour is because of some road work that's going on in East Dogtown and Chew Ave. So, yeah, now we're about to head to East Dogtown. My old hood. looks like we're gonna make a turn on Worcester. So we're gonna go up Worcester, unless the detour is over. If it is, that would be great. Oh, okay, it must be over, I'm guessing. Because it didn't turn. Alright, well I guess the detour is over, folks. We just passed Germantown Hospital. And we are no longer on Audi Avenue. We're now on Chew Avenue. Chew merges into Audi. So, yeah. So we're going to be on Chew for a while. I just want to say that I'm happy that we did not run into that detour, because that would have made this, I don't know, like, it would have been unnecessary. We would have had to go down Worcester, come back up, take Shelton Avenue back down to Chew. Like, that's too much. Alright, we got Church Lane. About to hit Chew and Shelton. Pretty rough intersection. Or at least it was. Chew and Shelton, Chew and Locust. See, I used to live around here, so I know. That's how dangerous this spot is. Like, it might be okay for now, but I think wait till the summertime comes. When the summertime comes, that's how you know whether or not the crime rate has really went down. So we passing Loki's. Like, yeah, this was a high spot, especially a decade or so ago. You know what I mean? Drug dealing going on inside the Chinese stores and shit. I'm just documenting, y'all. I ain't giving up no names. I ain't giving up tapes. I ain't no snitch. Alright. So we passing Chew and Shelton. I come down here sometimes for the nostalgia of it. I moved away from East Dogtown since, what, age 13? So even though it was rough growing up in this part of the city, it was, you know, got into a lot of fights and shit. That's the price. It's still, it doesn't take away the nostalgia. You know, I grew up on one of these back blocks. Not over here, but like right off Shelton Avenue. I used to live by Lonnie Young's playground. We passing Haynes Street. Haynes Street is also notorious back in the day for being rough. Washington Lane in a second. That's on top of Hockey. So I'm familiar with all this. I live in Mount Airy now, which is obviously not that far away from East Germantown, if you're from the city. But Mount Airy's gotten nicer the last few years. Looks like they're gentrifying it. Building new expensive like houses and whatnot. Like Mount Airy's becoming less and less hood. We're not in Mount Airy yet. We're not going to be in Mount Airy until we cross Upson. But Mount Airy, Mount Airy used to be more like Germantown. East Mount Airy used to be like East Germantown. It used to be rough. You know what I mean? We had trap houses up here and shit. So Germantown is still rough. But Mount Airy is becoming more and more Chestnut Hill-ish. Now, it still ain't nice as no damn Chestnut Hill. But it's definitely better than what it used to be. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see what I'm saying. Like even when you come up here, even like when you pass Washington Lane, Johnson Street, it starts to get a little bit nicer. Like Johnson, Cliveden. You got a little, I guess this is Cliveden Park we're passing. I don't know, actually back here it could be a little Cliveden might be a little bit rough too. They got some apartments back there. Yeah, apartments could be iffy. Maybe some are better than others, but I think them Cliveden apartments might be pretty rough. Alright, passing up, so now we're officially in Mount Airy. So now I really feel it at home. That's a sharp neck could be a rough block. Being just outside of East Dogtown. When it comes to Germantown and Mount Airy, what separates the east from west? Well, Germantown Avenue itself. The east side of Germantown Avenue and the west side of Germantown Avenue. And of course, we are not on Germantown Avenue. We're not going to be passing Germantown Avenue on this route. If you want to see Germantown Avenue, you would have to take the 23. Another route I'm very familiar with. Right. Just past Horner, we're about to make a turn on Philly. So you're gonna go northbound on Philly. Y'all right at home. And no, I'm not going to tell you exactly where I live. I'm not going to dox myself like an idiot. But I will tell you that I live around here, basically. I ain't about to tell you all the homies I know and the hoes that I fuck and shit. Alright. Alright, that's a Boyer. Now we're going to merge into Vernon Road in a second. I love this little block here. I'm feeling leaving. But this is the only block that has that grass in the middle. Well, one of the only blocks that has it. A couple blocks down here might have that. Alright, so we'll spray, and we're about to cross over to Vernon. And go northbound on Vernon for a second. Or at least for a few good blocks. That's the corner store I used to go to, now they closed. They might as well close, because they went downhill, man. They used to be a nice corner store. They used to be the fat ass hoagies and shit. Alright, so we're passing the regional rail station. On Vernon Road in Art Lane. So this is the Chestnut Hill East line of the regional rail. I should know because I live down here. I actually take the regional rail sometimes, but I don't only take this one. I like to venture out and take different routes. So you can already see just by this area down here on Vernon Road that Mount Airy is definitely a step up from Dogtown. Up here. All right. So yeah, once this bus takes Philolina on Vernon Road, this bus makes a lot of turns. Most routes don't make a whole lot of turns like this. Most routes are pretty like straight, narrow. They'll have like two main streets that it goes down. Whereas the 18, for the most part, it'll take Albany and Rising Sun. But once it comes down this area of it, once it hits like Mount Airy, it makes a lot of turns. Some of them I think are unnecessary. To tell you the truth. It's fast quitting. Some more apartments, and we're going to make a right on step. Y'all going to see what I'm talking about in a minute. Like, y'all going to see, like, it's going to be a lot of turns that it doesn't really need to make. At least towards the end of the route. Alright, so okay, now we made a right turn on Stanton Ave. I kind of question some of these turns. The reason why is not because it's making these turns, but more so because the 18 is a double bus. Okay, so it's probably not the best idea for double buses to be making a whole lot of turns. Now the 18 can get away with doubling because it's not taking any big streets, it's not going down Broad Street, it's not taking a boulevard to where it would be dangerous to do so. But some of these turns are just, I don't know, it's a lot. All right. Then we're going northbound on Upson. The sign says east, but like it's fucking northbound, okay? Like I know this seems like the back of my head, okay? I know we're going northbound. So, yeah. Probably because this is like a diagonal street or something. I don't know. And I know we're going northbound because we're going towards Cheltenham Avenue. And that's the top of the city. So, yeah. All right, passing Mansfield. McFinley Rec Center. McFinley, Kennedy, I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? All right. So I'm guessing this is probably not Mount Airy anymore. This is more so like the Stanton neighborhood. Stanton, West Oak Lane. Stanton is pretty much like West Oak Lane-ish. Almost the same neighborhood as West Oak Lane. It can be a little tricky to keep up with all this stuff because nobody refers Stanton as a neighborhood. And then you got West Oak Lane, East Germantown, and Mount Airy are like all bunched up next to each other. With West Oak Lane and Stanton being on top of both of them, basically. Alright, now we're about to make another turn. Okay, turn off also. What is this? Thorod? Alright, we're going to make a left on Thorod. So there's not a lot of nice looking land up here. Nice houses and whatnot. So that kind of makes me a little bit more excited to do this, yo. Because I've been on this a million times, man. Like I live right by this mountain. And plus, to be fair, it's not like all of you are familiar with it. So I mean, like, yeah, might as well show it. So this route is not really for me. This is definitely for y'all. This is for the viewers. Which motivates me to do this, so other people can see other parts of the city. Because I I know every day we be getting them Kensington videos. I know how it be, man. We be getting them Kensington videos to the point where motherfuckers be thinking that's what Philly, that's all of what Philly is. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gonna do some of these vlogs, man. I'm gonna show them something different. I'm gonna prove them wrong. Like, you didn't think Philly could look like this, huh? Now, to be fair, areas like this, uptown, this is almost outside of the city. So when you're close to like leaving the city, it does look nice. To be fair. Like this is uptown. Like it ain't like this is like another part of North Philly, just not Kensington. Alright, so we're passing a charter school. So this is around Leeds Middle School. It's probably not just a middle school anymore, but I went to Leeds Middle School. Growing up. We're not going to actually see it, but it's on the block that we're about to pass. Because we're not going in that direction. But yeah, I got fond memories up here. The hell is you got something in the middle of the street. Mount Pleasant, okay. So the school's up Mount Pleasant, but it's the way we're facing. It's up that way. So now we just made a right turn on Mount Pleasant. Now if we made a left, we would pass Leeds. So now we're going up Mount Pleasant. See, this is what I mean by too many turns. What this bus could have done is take 4 around it. It just kept going straight until it hit Mount Airy Avenue or Wadsworth Avenue. They made a right, bam. Go down Wadsworth Avenue, bam. There you go. Cedarbrook Plaza. That's simple. Instead, you know what we're about to do? We're about to make a whole bunch of turns that we do not need to make. I'm listening to this for, I guess that's to make the route more accessible. And to be fair, the H bus takes Mount Airy and Wadsworth, so yeah. Alright, about to make another turn. We're on Michigan. Alright, we just made a left on Michigan. I'm almost having a hard time keeping up with these damn turns, man. I'm telling you. See, the reason why I can keep up with all this is because I'm familiar with the route. So, like, I know this by heart. So, like, it could have just been on Wadsworth Avenue, straight into the plaza. Passing Mount Airy Avenue. Now we're about to hit Wadsworth. do you think we're about to do, folks? Do you think we're going to make a right turn on Wadsworth to get to the Cedarbrook Plaza? Alright, passing Wadsworth. Are we about to go down Wadsworth? Nope. Nope. We're going to make some more turns. Nope. We're going to make life harder, folks. We're gonna cross Wadsworth like we just did and take some back blocks or something to go around on some skinny ass back blocks to hit Cheltenham Avenue instead of just going down Wadsworth to hit Cheltenham Avenue, folks. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're doing. Would have been easier to go down Wadsworth, but nope. Let's see, what's this street we're about to turn down? That a double bus should not be turning down. Listen, I don't mind. I like these houses back here. I like these blocks, but it's like, why? We have to go this way. Rumford, okay. Rumford Road, folks. We're gonna go down a skinny little block called Rumford Road. But we could have taken Wadsworth Avenue, a main street, an avenue. And man, we would have been at Cheltenham Avenue already, folks. We would have already been at the freaking plaza. Now I know that this turned into a rant, and I did not mean for that to happen. You know. But here we are, folks. I can't help but to rant about this shit a little bit. Because it just doesn't make any sense. Yes, remember that one Cheltenham. I can make a right on Cheltenham. So now, so we're going to make a right on Cheltenham to turn back down Wadsworth, where Wadsworth turns into Eastern Road to hit the plaza. Yep. Okay, here we go, Cheltenham Avenue. It's really fucking stupid to go this way. We went around Wadsworth Avenue for no reason whatsoever. Alright, here goes Wadsworth / Eastern Road. Now we're leaving the city because we just crossed Cheltenham Avenue. And we're going to take a look at this plaza that I'm also very familiar with. As you can see, we got a little cemetery here. Actually, a huge cemetery. So this is going into the Glenside neighborhood. So I guess technically this is what, Glenside? Whatever. This is just outside of Philly. So we got some shops here. Here town, we got a Dollar Tree, a bank. City Trends. We got some nice clothes up in here. We about to pass a Walmart. Now the route actually ends down the ramp from here, where there's like a fresh grocery. So we're gonna stop there. So we're gonna see the Walmart. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop at the very end. So then I can step outside and show the end of the plaza. Rainbow. A couple of things out here. We got a Foot Locker. You're probably not going to see it. This is in front of me. All right, you can see the fresh grocery in the background. Yeah, nice little plaza. All right, y'all. Now we're about to get off, and I'm going to show how we looking on the outside, just like I did with the previous route. Ah, beautiful. All right, here goes the first grocery we're in front of. Foreman Mills, my favorite one. And that's where the buses stop. You're going back the other way. Yeah, let's just look around this. Might as well. I mean, like, I'm surprised the route was an hour instead of an hour and a half or some shit like that. All right, there you go. Five Guys. Yeah, I might as well just show, like, a little bit more. This is just a new idea I came up with, like, showing the end of the route, showing the destination, basically. Brandishing the last stop, I should say. So I'm going to pause this again so we can go up front. All right, so here we go. Let's see more of this thing, because there's a lot over here. This is the Foot Locker I was talking about. We got a Chick-fil-A, that's pretty new. Ross, that's been around for a while already. Yeah, nice looking area. Oh, and I stand to be corrected. This is not no damn Glenside. That's further up. This is actually Wyncote, just outside of Philly. Yeah. All right, I think that's enough. Please like, share, and subscribe if you want more of this, because I definitely got more planned out anyway that I'm going to do, whether you like, share, subscribe or not, but it would be nice. Peace out, folks.